Good evening. It is 6:11 and we're at the holding a meeting of the Community and Economic Development Committee. My name is Jeff Schilling. Seated next to me is Mr. Pierce, and Mrs. Snee is absent this evening. We have been asked to provide a recommendation to council regarding ordinance 012-2022 rezoning of Strayer annexation on Washington Road in lots 11463 and 11464 from County A1 and A2 to City R4 Single Family Resident District. Mr. Titterington.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You summarized it accurately, and the only thing I would add is the Planning Commission did make a positive recommendation unanimously at their board meeting, and there was a public hearing at the last council meeting, and there were no objections or comments made one way or the other.
Okay. Questions?
Nope.
I don't have any questions. Are there any other council people who have questions that are present tonight? Anybody in the audience would like to put in their 2 cents worth? Is this an emergency, Rich? This is not emergency?
No.
Okay. I think we can go ahead. I think we can go ahead with this.
Move forward with it.
I think we move forward with this.
Be on your agenda for a third reading.
Okay. Number two, provide a recommendation to council regarding acceptance of the recommendations of the Tax Incentive Review Council and the Enterprise Zone agreements to be continued, and that the Troy Town Park TIF be continued. Consideration of emergency legislation is requested, as reports are to be filed with the state by the end of April. Mr. Titterington.
So there are 2 things that the Turk had to review, and they do this annually. They did meet on March 29th, and they reviewed the tax increment financing district known as the Troy Town Park TIF. That is in full compliance, and they are recommending that we continue that agreement. We also have 5 enterprise zone agreements. Those are property tax abatement agreements with 3 companies. We have 3 of those with ConAgra, 1 with Clopay, and 1 with Arc Abrasives. The Turk has recommended that we continue all 5 of those. I would note that last year at this time, they also recommended all 5 of these, but there was a concern with Arc Abrasives. Given the economic shutdown, they were short of their employment numbers, not significantly, but not as well as they are now, or worse than they are now. They are close to meeting their target. They do have a plan for hiring additional employees, and they're in that process, and so the Turk felt that the EZA 36 as well as the other 4 should be continued. And as you mentioned, we are asking for consideration of emergency legislation given the due dates.
Okay. Questions?
The only question I have is, we knew the due dates were coming up. Is there a reason we didn't get started on this earlier?
These are always inevitably emergencies because it's not up to us. We have not entirely up to us. When at the first of the year, we do contact and start talking with each of the companies. The companies are, in most, if not all of these cases, closing out the year, assembling all their payroll data, getting all of their reports ready, and so it takes some time to put that together. So there's never enough time not to do it with emergency. I don't think that we've ever had a year where we've been able to do that. The state doesn't give you a lot of time to do this, but there's a lot of data they have to put together every year.
Okay, thank you.
I don't have any questions. Any council people have any questions? Mr. Phillips, please.
It's not a question, it's more of a statement. The enterprise zone agreements here have all been working exceedingly well since their inception. They've been very positive overall for the city, and I have been by ARC abrasives and seen some of their ads for employment, for people to come and apply and that sort of thing. So they are being somewhat aggressive with that, so I would be perfectly okay with that, just as my opinion.
Okay. Any other council people have anything? Do you have anybody in the audience who would like to make any statements? Okay, seeing none, what's your preference on this?
Move forward as recommended.
An emergency?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think we can move forward and with an emergency on that. Okay. Is there anything else that we have to talk about tonight for this committee?
Sir.
We are adjourned. Thank you so much.